Hi guys, another episode of the Altitude and Trail podcast. We are not with Paolo today. We are with Tommaso. Hi Tommaso, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm good. And you? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Tommaso,
Thanks for having
for
me.
for the people, yeah, you look freaking excited. But okay. Anyway, for the Instagram people, Tommaso is the spotting vet, so I think you are a little bit known on Instagram. And love your post, and that's why I just contacting you. I mean, we know each other, of course. You've been here, and we've done a lot of stuff. The idea is that you are vet students. You're studying medicine, veterinary medicine, and we get a break with Paolo. We're gonna talk about a little bit what is the things that have to be every hunter has to focus when he's cutting that meat, because there are some disease pathologies that can be passed to man, from
For
the
sure. Yeah.
animals. Okay, so let's just dive into it really deeply, and I'm asking you questions. So that's I'm gonna be the student today. Oh, okay. First of all, how is your exams? How is the situation?
So I'm finishing my fourth year. So I'm like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Finally, I have like 6 exams to go, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty relieved. I have a
After the
lot of
sixth
things.
exam, what do you do?
I'm gonna take my degree. I hope so, and I'm gonna search for a PhD or something like that around maybe New Zealand, maybe Cornell. So it
Maybe,
does
maybe
depend, yeah, of what's
depends on
going
the
on.
situation. Nice.
Yeah, the situation.
Okay, so pretty nice. And I remember that period. I was there. It was tough, but don't worry.
It's good,
It will get
really
better.
good.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
hope so, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm
Oh,
like,
that's good.
I don't know,
That's good.
relieved of all the pressures and seeing the things really coming along. So I'm happy about that. I could stay in
Nice.
this period for a long time, I think.
It starts to be concrete. It starts to
Yeah,
be a
yeah, put
real
it things
thing.
in
I
hand,
mean,
you know.
concrete. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Ask a question. I'm a hunter. I'm in the field. What to do? I mean, just in general, what to do? There are some disease. I know those, but probably sometimes we forget about the dynamics of those
Okay.
pathologies.
Okay, it's actually pretty easy, in my opinion. I mean, it's not easy, but it's pretty easy to prevent it. You cannot, you cannot know it because no one knows everything. It's also impossible for a veterinary medic to see if an animal has a pathology because we really know that seeing macroscopic lesions is not that common. We can see it for some pathologies that are really common in wildlife animals, but it's not really something that you can see like spot on. So first
Mm.
thing to know is to prevent. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't want to get into the moment where I see that if something's going bad and I don't have the prevention, I don't have the gloves, I don't have the
That's too
hygiene.
late. That's too
That is
late.
too late for me. That could be
Yeah.
too late for the people around me and maybe
Yeah.
for my family eating the meat. So
Yes.
the ideal things, in my opinion, is prevent that I can spread the pathology. Sometimes you see people not wanting to put on gloves, not wanting to put preventions, biosecurity as we call it. I mean, it's okay. Mostly of the hunters don't do that. I get that because mostly of the hunters don't know that the animals could have like thousands of pathologies. As we said a lot of
True.
times, an
True.
animal could have
I'm the
like,
first one. I'm the
yeah,
first one actually
exactly.
that have done a lot of cutting without gloves. But actually, it's a little bit different situation.
Yeah, it's a
Most of the
professional.
time, I did my mistake because this is a good example. Most of the time, I know the population there because it's in Europe. I mean, so but even for that reason, of course, some species are a little bit more dangerous than others because of the zoonosis. I mean, when we talk about zoonosis, just that those pathologies that can pass to
Exactly. To
humans, okay,
humans. Yeah.
to humans, but through the animal, okay, by the animals. So, but I think that doesn't cost, as you said, it doesn't cost. It's as easy things. It doesn't cost
It is.
anything. It doesn't cost that amount of money to put a pair of gloves, and that's
And
it.
most of the times we forgot that we are not the only one that can take at pathology. I mean, if I have a dog at home and I bring home
Mm,
like a piece of meat, a raw meat, and I give it to the
mm,
dog, he could have
yeah,
a problem from the dog. Or
True.
if I have
True.
cows at home, if I have some dairy cows,
Yeah.
and I
If
bring
you
home,
if you
a
are a
dog,
farmer, yeah.
and I leave it here, that's a
Yeah.
really big problem.
Yeah.
I can spread pathologies
Yeah.
where normally I don't have them because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, I vaccine or something like that. So I mean,
Okay.
it's a bigger square to watch. So
Nice.
we have to be aware, and I think that this could be prevented by like two main groups of things that I can do. So preventing myself, so preventing the contamination from the things that I touch, and that I can do without putting my hands in my mouth, in my ears, and putting on gloves.
Hmm.
That is the main one. So if I
If I
touch,
don't have gloves, question. If I don't have gloves, I finished cutting everything. I wash my hand.
yeah, the main
The,
problem is if you have like a cut on the hands, that could be a
yeah.
problem too.
You can't see those cuts here.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You
can't
cannot
see
see
anything.
That's a big
Yeah.
problem actually. But
And I have
mainly,
a. Go.
sorry,
No,
go.
no.
I go, okay. And mainly,
Yeah.
lots of the time, you don't know if you have cats, but fortunately, the pathologies that can pass via blood are not that many. And you need like a really high level of bacterial to get into your blood if you are just touching an animal. So
Okay.
that is like not I don't know, shielding you, but still, I mean, these ones won't get you like that. That's
True.
a big
True.
thing for me.
But for example, just as this is a different situation, my colleague, okay, this is my Italian colleague here when he came to France, and he told me this kind of a little story that he was doing C-section without gloves. What happened is that he got a case of brucellosis.
Oh.
I hope you said that in English, brucellosis.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay. Sorry,
Brucellosis
guys.
anyway is the Latin name,
Anyway,
so everyone can know it.
if we do mistake, you just correct us in the comments, guys. And what happened is that okay, he used was under therapy, antibiotics, but his testicle actually is what
Yeah.
happened even for the animals. They became really like
That is a tough.
because yeah,
That is a tough
and
one because
and
you
you
cannot see on the animal.
and you start to to be really scared about that because the brucellosis what he does is that there is infection in the testicle in the animal, and he got the same thing just for doing a C-section without gloves, and you can get that thing even, for
Yeah, on all
example,
deers. I mean, they all have it.
um, I think it's easy to get probably from Mybex, chamois as well, any
Yeah,
sheep and goats.
goats in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, or even the I don't know if a water buffalo can probably I don't have any experience on those kind of wildlife, but it's a things that could happen,
yeah.
in the field.
It's pretty widespread because there are lots of I don't know how to say it in English, but like Brucella abortus, Brucella ovis. So there are like a lots of
The
typology. I don't
is
know.
the different serotypes.
Yeah, serotypes. Thank
Yeah,
you.
hmm.
And so, I mean, you can get
I
it
think so.
maybe a different kind of brucella, but from like everything. So
Hmm.
it's like
Yeah,
it sucks because you cannot see on the animal. And that's why you need
yeah,
to put gloves because you cannot see
yeah,
like these animals have like I don't know, like mange. You see mange because they're like all scratching
yeah,
around, and you
yeah,
have like
yeah.
alopecia
Okay.
that you can see.
Okay. Now I put my gloves, but because I'm not a lucky guy, I'm in the field and I start to see. No, let's do that different. I have my gloves. Okay, so I am really protected. But when I'm cutting the meat, something just come out and it jump into my eyes, and I get a little bit what is happening? So what is the
You're fucked.
situation?
I mean,
What is this
you need to
situation? That
avoid.
means that you're gonna see like some kind of things into the meat or depends where you are, because probably we European most of the time, not most of the time, I think every time
Yeah, every
probably
time.
we are obliged to cut to take out the organs out
Yep.
of the thorax and belly.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you can, you're not like, I mean, at least in Italy, But it
Italy
does
well
depend from
obliged.
the regulations.
Yeah,
Way.
France, you can stick with the organs, but it depends. Some
Yeah.
department you have to bring the carcass
Yeah. Anyway,
for a
mainly you have to
check.
bring it.
Yeah. So you see the meat. There is a problem or an organ. What are the
Yeah, the
probably?
protocols. Yeah.
Just give me some kind of
But you wanted the
aspect.
pathologies or what to do?
No,
Like,
just my probably I don't know any pathologists out
okay,
there,
so
but I start to see some
some
strange
problems.
things. Yeah,
Something's not going on right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. What
Yeah.
it could be?
What I would do, it's like, okay, so mainly I'm butchering out the field.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like opening the guts, taking out the guts, and I see, I don't know, the liver that is not good. I see the heart. The heart is not that common to see that is not good, but maybe the lungs.
Mm.
Okay, so for the regulation, you need to bring it to the first place. It does depend. In Italy, you have a place where you have to bring the carcass, and you need to bring also the organs,
Yeah,
because
in a bag.
they need to be expected in a bag together. You cannot cut the head.
Not all the time because it depends. It depends on the region, I think.
Maybe, yeah, because
Uh,
our region has a lot of power. I mean, they can do mostly what they want.
in no northwest of
Piemonte maybe
Italy,
is
no,
different.
no.
Because we need to take the whole carcass and the guts, because
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit more complicated. But anyway, you take the carcass and the guts and you bring it to the cellar, let's say the cellar, where you need to be expected if you see that there are some problems. This is the regulation. But for you that you're touching it, so we are saying that you have the gloves.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that you see something that is not good. Of course, these ones you cannot eat. The mainly problem is, how can you say if the problem is only in the liver, let's say liver, or it's on the carcass? That's a big problem, because sometimes you cannot say that. A normal and general, let's say, good rules is to say, if I see only one organs with a problem, so I can see that, I don't know, the liver has some white spots, the
Yeah.
classic milk spots
Yeah.
from parasites. I just don't need the liver.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't leave it.
Yeah.
It's not good to leave it on the field, because any other animals could take the parasites. So the ideal thing would be to burn it, or to like dig a hole and put it and close it. That would be good enough. If you have something strange going on in more than one organs, it's not good to eat also the meat. I mean, it could be something really in all the carcass, in all the blood, in all the meat. You don't want to eat like rodeo tartare, filet, or something that is really cooked in the middle, or doing hamburgers or sausages, and you have inside like a
Yeah.
sacrosporidium.
Yeah.
No, that's a
So
big problem.
I think that most of the time there are some kind of um, aspect and criteria that you can follow to be sure that what you're cutting is a good meat or not. For
Mm.
example, that already the first thing that you have is the animal. It's a skinny animal or not. If it's a
Mm-hmm.
skinny animal, it's not a good body condition. That's the thing. There is a problem that pushed the animal to starvation. So that's the first question mark. Second thing, you are cutting that you can find fat. If there is fat, that means that these animals were still in good condition. Then the good things when you open actually the belly, okay. I'm not using technical terms, okay. Just make things more easy. You take all the organs out, and then you have others information because there are some spots of fat. For example, when I remembered I was doing autopsy, I was checking the fat around the intestine, around the kidney, and around the heart. If all these um, location of fat were good, I knew that the animal was in good body condition, was doing good life. And then, but I remember, for example, that a lot of chamois that I opened, they get a big pneumonia issue
Mm-hmm.
because this pathology is still frequent in the chamois population, and you can see most of this disease are on the young ones, and even the young ones at a fat location, okay, and you can find it in the chamois that's really skinny. That's it's a question mark again because that animal is not in a good state. Is not healthy at all. So
That helps you a
it's
lot. I mean, it's really good
it's
rule.
yeah, yeah. If you want to check really when you're in the field, just and I'm remembering this, you can even break one long bone. Okay, if you can find any fat that you really want to understand if that animal was under starvation, break one long leg. I mean, yes, it could be leg, it could be
Yeah,
it
we
could
do it
be
with Reeve at
the
the university. It's more easy to
yeah.
just
It
put
has to
with
be a
that.
long bone. Okay,
Yeah,
and then you cut it, you break it, sorry, and what you're gonna inspect what there is inside.
yeah, the
Okay,
marrow.
yes, and if it's a solid and white and pinky, that's nice. If it's like a gel like almost liquid, that means that the animal's suffering from a chronic pathology, is a chronic problem, and he died by starvation. Again, he cannot feed himself anymore. So that
And that is
actually
really
is,
good to know
yeah,
because most of the
yeah,
time the pathologies that we can take are chronic pathologies. Because
yeah,
if you have an animal that has like an acute case of pathology, most of the time they die, or you see
yeah,
some kind of macroscopic lesion. So the
yeah,
real problem are the chronics, and this is a really good rule. We use it at
yeah,
university too, and is one
yeah.
of like of the goldens when doing an
and
autopsy, a
and
postmortem.
it's really important for hunters as well because you can
Yes,
understand the impact of this disease in the wildlife population,
exactly.
and you're going to get this information. Actually, it's a good thing you're talking with other hunters and say, look, I have this kind of case there, and then probably it's nice to get involved with probably university
Yes.
or see the rangers and probably talk about that
Yeah, the gas.
in those things has to be checked, you know, and hunters has to be like a filter of the wildlife conditions, but
We are
knowing
the
the right
link.
things.
We
Yeah,
are the big link with the wildlife. We are the only
yeah,
one on really on the field
yeah,
365 days a year. There are no other
yeah,
people. Also, in
yeah,
this time of lockdown, mostly
exactly.
of us wants to go
Yeah,
out and see the animals, the rows. I've seen lots of people going out in the north because they open in
yeah,
the row season and they check in the herds. No one is going out. No,
yeah.
no, like photographer or just walker that really love. They love wildlife. I'm not saying that they don't, but we I don't know. We have this kind of
It's a
connection.
different interaction. If a
It is.
different interaction. So, and you are there, you have like probably you don't have all the answers. Look, today we have this. Take pictures. Take all the pictures that you can. Today we have powerful smartphones. They can show the things that you're looking at. So then probably you're gonna as you say, the liver that the different colors don't take it. It's a part of muscle that the different colors as well don't take it. Don't take risk actually. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
possible to do all the analysis to really know what was happening at that point at the life of that animal. It's not easy, but you can take pictures and talk with the guys who probably can biologists, veterinarian, gamekeepers that can try to find a solution. They can try to find an answer,
I would say
right?
that the golden rule is to know what is normal. I mean, mostly of hunters are really good experienced guy, and when they
Mm,
go out and they get it, they see like with the blink of eye if there is something not going on. They don't know what it is, but they know
mm,
that it's something that is ticking and is not good. So I would say that you just need to know what is normal to see what is not normal. So
exactly,
if you
exactly.
get it and you see a
Yeah,
liver that you normally get the liver, you normally eat it,
mm,
and it's full of white spots, as we
mm,
said before, that's not good. If
yeah,
you see I don't know trachea that is you're taking out to the gut in, and you see that there's like I don't know white stuff inside
yeah,
or some saliva, you don't have
yeah,
to take it.
yeah,
That's the logical idea. Then you don't
yeah,
really need to know what it is to prevent
yeah,
yourself. Then to help the
exactly.
herd and the population, you need to call someone to
That
take some analysis and stuff.
that animal that you harvested, it's a book. It's just really really nice to know how to read it. That
Yes.
animal is it's just like a huge amount of information about the environment, about the population, about just that individual. So it's
And I
really
really
important
need
in
that people needs to know that no one really know what is going on. I mean, most of the times, also friends of mine, they think like, because I'm studying veterinary medicine, I know everything about pathology. They call me and they send pictures and they told me, what is that? I don't know. I mean, I don't know, like by looking at it. I don't know, just looking at a picture, but I couldn't even know by taking samples. I mean, I have to go. Also, the biggest and most formidable veterinarians need to know some ELISAs and stuff to see what it is. So
exactly.
Everybody needs to collect samples and then to bring it to the places where they need to be seen, because no one has the answers like this.
Okay, let's just talk a little bit really fast about which are the pathologies that could affect a hunter if it's not paying attention.
So I would divide it into big groups, like taking it by poisoning, so food poisoning, so eating the meat, or by contact, so touching the animals. Let's start with the contact, because I'm the guy.
Okay, contact. Okay.
So first thing first. Yes, I'm touching the animals because I've been I'm taking a picture. Yeah. So first things that you said before is Brucella.
Brucella. That so a big species one. Ruminant.
Ruminants, Brucella ruminants.
Okay.
Then I would say tuberculosis. Everyone knows tuberculosis. For the guys listening from New Zealand, guys, you have lots of tuberculosis. Be aware that you have lots of it. So it's not a good pathology. I mean, especially it can kill a human. So it's
red deer, I think it can wild boar.
Wild boars too. That's right.
Yeah.
Goats. Okay. So chamois, stars, everything.
Yeah.
Then we everything speak about manges in maybe I would say Sarcoptes cabiae or Coreoptes, so foxes, but also big animals like chamois, for example.
Scabies, right?
Yeah, scabies.
We're talking about scabies, right? Okay, so that could be any fox.
Yes.
Could be a deer.
Yeah. So it's an exoparasite, so it can get also on humans. It doesn't change the animals.
I got it. Scabies when I was into the team that with Davide, actually. Hi Davide, another fellows of Altitude and Trails, Davide Prato, and we were together during university. We're trying to understand a little bit this scabies epidemic in the ibex population, and we have to do sample blood, and we were with the rangers. They were in charge of telenarcosis, and
exactly.
I didn't put my gloves. I think I didn't put my gloves, and I started to scratch myself. And actually, it's not that bad. It will never be as bad as, for example, the scabies you can get on a fox. The fox get the scabies 100% because it's specific to the fox. The scabies of the fox is not going to be the same of another species. So on humans, it's called pseudoscabies. It will make you itchy, but you will get rid of that in 1 week, more or less.
Yeah, so, they call it the hunter's pathology for the chamois hunter, that they take the chamois, they put it in the backpack, and most of the time they have like these zones on the neck, and they keep scratching. But they know the oldest, they watch you and they say, "You're scratching yourself. 1 week is enough, maybe 2 weeks sometimes." But
yeah, that's it. But and then of course it's not. It's a kind of it's not pleasure.
It's not good.
It's not good. I prefer to avoid that.
I'm not dying of scabies, but I don't want it anyway.
Exactly. So again, we have another one from contact.
I think that we have Clostridia. So blackleg and anthrax mainly. So this is a big topic.
Those are really not good at all. Okay.
But you can see most of the time you see them. I mean, you see the blackleg. Sometimes you see when you kill an animal that it gets like, really.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say
full
it.
Gas.
Like full of
gas.
Yeah.
And that animal's better to not open it because you're gonna get the
like a shower of Clostridium on yourself and on the ground, and it doesn't get away, so you're gonna infect everything. So when you see an animal like this, go away. Call the rangers, call whatever you want to, call your vet, but don't touch.
Yeah.
So I would say that this is mainly everything for contact. I mean, it's not everything. Maybe I'm the big ones that you have to keep an eye on. And then there are everything about poisoning that is like a lot of parasites like Trichinella.
That's a big one for wild boar, fox as well.
Yeah. Also horses, but okay, we're speaking about wildlife.
Yeah.
Then
So,
toxoplasmosis.
for example, the trichinella, it's to prevent that actually, or you can do some
Yeah,
you can take
that,
some measures to prevent that thing.
yeah, that's a tricky question because trichinella. The main problem is that you're gonna eat wild boars in salami. That's the problem. Or prosciutto if you live in Italy or in Europe. These kind of hams are not cooked, and trichinella doesn't die by anything if not cooked. So also if you freeze it, Trichinella britovi, that is the main one, search in Italy but also in Europe, can live. I cannot remember the temperature. I think it's minus 30 for like 3 months or something like that. I don't want to say
Wow.
exact terms, but I'm gonna check it. But you're not gonna kill it by freezing the meat. So you don't have even to try it and then do a salami. Mainly of the time you don't do a salami if you freeze the meat, but anyway, you don't have to freeze the meat. So the only thing that you can do is to check the meat for trichinella, and they do it by enzymatic digestion. That is something quite complicated, so you cannot do it at home. You have to call a vet, or if you have to call here. It's called ECS, so
Yeah, you have
Istituto
to
Profilattico. And
send a sample of a muscle to the lab.
yes, normally it's
Mm.
diaphragm, or you
Hmm.
can take also other kind of diet of muscles. You take it, and like they do a kind of intestinal, no, it's stomach
Hmm.
atmosphere, so really acid, and they burn up the meat and they see if there is trichinella inside.
Trichinella.
If you
Yeah.
take trichinella, that's a bit bad one because you're gonna have like a gastroenteritis really bad. You can die also by it. It does depend from how much trichinella you're gonna take, but it's not pleasure, that's for sure.
Okay. Let's see. Let's make the answers a little bit scary
Okay,
today.
so toxoplasmosis gondii is like present in everything, the blood. So if you touch the
Yeah.
blood without gloves and you have a cat, you take toxoplasmosis. That is not good. It's really bad. And you have like high percentages of toxoplasmosis in animals, really high percentages.
Wow. I didn't remember that the
That's a tough. Um,
the
and then you have
data.
Echinococcus, that is like a big parasite that you see in the liver or in the lungs, and it does this big like bubbles, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
that you can see only in terminal stages. If not, you cannot see it, and is mortal into humans also. In
Yeah.
Sardinia, is a problem, and it
Yeah.
kills a lot of people.
You can get from
Called,
foxes.
yes,
Yeah.
foxes, wild boars, sheep,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it has a
Sheeps.
complicated by biocycle of the
Mm-mm-mm.
parasite. So it's
Yeah.
spread by the feces, but also by the, I don't know the term in English, but it's like when you're calving, you're putting out the placenta. So
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
probably stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
And then the last big group that is one of the most seen, I would say, is the enterotoxemia. So like you know that in the intestine we have a lot of bacterial, and if we are gonna to degat it in the wrong way, we're gonna spread all the bacterial away, and that in our mouth is not good. I mean, we're gonna go
Yeah.
to the bathroom for a long time,
That's
and we could have
the
also some serious problems.
the good reason of a good shot placement.
That is
Yeah.
that is indeed.
That's yeah. 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 Nice. Nice. So I think you we're
Sometimes it's
gonna
also underestimated, but it's a tough one. Lots of people can die about it.
true.
Children
True.
maybe, or old people. They so-called yoppy, so young, old, immunodepressant. I don't know how to say it. It's like the one
Yeah.
that has like chemio
The
or stuff like
immunity
that.
system it's a
Yeah,
bit like under stress, so it could not
yeah.
defend the individual in a good way. So
That
boom.
is the mainly problem for every of these pathologies. I mean, it's not for us hunters.
Yes.
We are in good condition, but for the ones that we bring meat home, our sons, our
Exactly.
elders, my
Yeah.
granddad, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why
Exactly.
we're
Nice, nice. So I think you probably we're gonna get another episode if we're gonna see that. I mean,
logging. Yeah.
yeah, if we have questions about this, because actually when we're talking, it's a huge, huge topic. We can stay here hours and hours. It's not easy to show and to talk about and describe everything in details. But just to give a little bit the idea that guys out there is nice, is good, it's it's probably the occasion to show you that you are primal man and you are providing your family with food and you're all dirt and stuff. I was the first one. I still do this mistake because I forget
I do
that.
too. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
does it.
so everyone. So, but sometimes when you're in a good new area, new land, you don't know really what is happening there. Try to prevent, okay? Because it doesn't get that long to be in some really difficult situations.
Most of the times you get good. I mean, a lot of time you kill an animal, you don't put on gloves. But when the one time that you have a problem, you're gonna
Exactly.
want to put a pair of gloves. I mean, you
No.
cannot go back.
No.
You don't want to have that problem and say, if
Exactly.
only I had put a little pair of gloves.
Yeah, and it is a stupid thing to not have it.
Yes.
It's nothing not heavy to bring in your backpack. So good, good. I enjoy it, and that was good talk.
Thank
And
you. My pleasure.
we're gonna check about your exams and follow you up and see when you're gonna finish
I hope soon. Soon.
and
Really,
become a colleague of mine.
I will love it. Yeah, big animals are my passion, so I will love to
Yeah.
work on the same as you do.
Yeah, in France we still have this kind of mix of species, but of course we do more rural animals like cattle and I mean beef, horses. Anyway, that's good. So thank you, Tommaso, and
Thank you very much to you. My pleasure to be here.
so that was a good episode. I really enjoyed, and nice, nice. That's gonna be our first talk with a vet.
I can wait for the next one.
Nice, 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 nice. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you guys. Have a
And
nice
good
evening.
luck for the
Yeah.
future.
Thanks, man.
Bye, bye,
See you.
bye, bye.
Yes.